A very warm good morning in this session of Tech Brews and Consulting.
For today, we're gonna discuss a lot of things about consulting, discovery, and what goes in consulting, what comes out of discovery phases and all.
And we are really thrilled to walk you through the technology consulting phase, what exactly happens there.
A very warm good morning, and thank you for taking out time on this Saturday morning to join us in this session of Tech Brews and Consulting, where we will be discussing the discovery phase of a project. What goes in, what comes out, and how do you approach. And to better delve into it, I would hand over the mic to my host, who will be walking us through the very basic step to the conclusion step. So we know that most of you are newcomers to this industry or either don't have much experience. But every one of us aspire to be there, aspire to grow in that position where we run discoveries, where we attend client consulting sessions, and we are able to grab as much knowledge, as much information out of a client. So that is where this session is going to be revolving around, and it will be mostly focused on that only. With that, I'll hand over the mic to our speakers, but before that, a warm welcome would be appreciated.
So a very good morning to all the lovely ladies and handsome boys who are present here in this session. It's a pleasure to have the gems of Salesforce Marketers Group present this session, and we are really thrilled to walk you through the technology consulting phase, what exactly happens there. So this talk is actually designed as an act to start the discussions. We can have further more conclusions and discussions to it. It is not the end. And we will be happy to take any kind of questions at the end of our talk. So please bear with us. Thanks for all your patience. So talking about consulting. Does this word consulting ring a bell in your mind? Picture a scenario where you have a friend. Now that friend of yours is in a very tight spot. He doesn't know how to overcome his challenges, how he has to overcome his problems. He comes to you, walks to you, you listen to what he has to tell you, and you present an expert advice. Boom. Your friend realizes, wow, you've solved all my problems. This is a very good suggestion from what it is coming from you. I never thought, I just built a big castle into my mind out of a smallest, tiniest bit of my problem. So what exactly happened here? You listened to your friend's pain, you felt their pain, you understood their problems, challenges, and accordingly you were able to propose a solution to them. And this is how you fix their problem. Now, if we talk about another example of a medical industry, when patients are walking towards the doctor, they are educating the doctor over what ailments, what symptoms, what problems they are facing. And in return, what they are expecting out of that doctor is a medical expert advice, which can solve their problems. So, consulting is no rocket science. In everyday lives, we are actually performing a consulting act. This is all what exactly is consulting. Now, there are many kinds of consultings. Strategic consulting, you must have heard about, management consulting. But today what we are going to talk about is technology consulting. Now, this was a practical life example. Let's relate it a little technically to this terminology. What exactly consulting is? Consulting is a process of sharing our expertise to transform the business. Now, what does that mean? Consultants are basically advisors, as you mentioned, expert advisors, who have expertise in their own fields. And they leverage their expertise, their knowledge to propose solutions to the customer. And this is how they bring impactful changes to the customer. So talking about how change in mindset can actually help in good consulting activities and practices. I'll share an experience of mine. During my initial days of career, I was very, very task oriented. I was a pro max person, a gem of a person, to complete all my tasks in time, give 100% to it, and be in a good spot with my managers. But there was a piece of puzzle that was missing here. Now, what was it? I was only task oriented. I focused only on the tasks which were assigned to me, and I missed the holistic picture of it. I did not pay attention to the whole big picture of the functionality, rather than I was only focused on the very tasks which were assigned to me. So with experience, as I grew in my career, I shifted my focus from being task oriented to a bigger picture, and there was a very subtle shift, but yet the difference was remarkable to witness and experience out here. What exactly happened during this particular shift was, earlier I was focused on very non-measurable words, inputs, etc. The focus shifted to the impact-driven and an output-driven method. What exactly happens here is, once we shift such a focus, we are able to bring impactful solutions, we are able to suggest innovative solutions to the client. And such impactful solutions act as an input to synchronizing our actions with our business goals. Because we have the complete picture, we are synchronizing our actions according to the business goals, and hence we are suggesting all our solutions to them. Now, businesses, they grow each day. There is ever-changing demand and ever-changing changes in the business processes. So a good consultant, what he or she does is propose solutions which are agile and scalable in nature. They should scale up and down as per the business needs. How the business actually changes, we should adapt and respond to it. So talking about consulting process. Now, before even talking about consulting process, let's talk about consulting skills. Consulting skills are intertwined and codependent on each other. When one or more skills, they are taken collectively, they can bring an impactful change, and they can make you different from the crowd. You can stand different from the crowd. How can we do that? If we take an example here, we have 4 phases into consulting process: requirement assessment, build solutions, implementations, and evaluations. If requirement assessment is not done effectively, what is going to happen? The solutions that we will build will be bizarre. All my technical folks would completely agree to it, and the implementation would go for a toss. We don't know what we are going to build. So this is how each of the phase, just like our consulting skills, are codependent, and if done in a correct manner, can lead to good impactful results and changes to our business. Talking about requirement assessment here. If I go back to the first slide where we spoke about consulting, what exactly you did over there to solve your friend's pain? You listened to them, you understood their challenges, their problems, and you proposed them the solutions. In a similar manner, before even we start the business, the first step towards requirement assessment is put yourself in the shoes of your customer. Understand their problems, their challenges, what they are facing into their current process. Feel their pain. What exactly are they looking forward to change or automate or simplify? What are the pain areas? So this is how we do requirement assessment. Majorly we will be taking care of these things in our subsequent slides. So on a higher level, I will walk you through what artifacts we should be following here. Understand the customer's business processes, go through their documentation, understand what are the important KPIs for them. So this is how you can deal with requirement analysis over here. So once the requirements are freezed in, now it is time to transform them into proper solutions. Now, building solutions doesn't mean that we are actually implementing them, building technical solutions, no. It is on a higher level, building a blueprint of what you've understood from the customer, you've understood from their pain, and what exactly they want, how you will fit in that complete technical or functional architecture. You propose it to the client, you show them, seek their approvals, and then we move on to the implementation phase. Now, this is a very, very interesting phase out here, implementation. Requirement assessment, building solutions done right would lead to a correct implementations, and it means bringing into action what you've already discussed with the customer, what changes you want to build in your solutions. Talking about evaluation, evaluation is again an ongoing process. So what exactly happens here is, you've built a solution, you build a chunk of the solution, you present it towards the client, you seek their feedback, you incorporate it. This is how I think we all are working today in an agile fashion, that we have scalable solutions, we seek their feedback, we demo what we've built in, and we incorporate the changes and we move ahead. How successful impact can be built? I'm sure all of you would have heard an adage, customer loyalty is priceless. Agreed? You agree with me. So customer loyalty is not achieved in one day. It's an everyday process and everyday effort that a functional consultant, not only a functional consultant, but technical folks, all of the team members, they put in. Today's customers are driven by emotional drivers. They value emotional drivers. So what are emotional drivers here? An impactful customer experience, personalizations, building their brand values, bringing customer satisfaction, all those are emotional drivers for customer loyalty. Trust me guys, no one is going to remember what you talk or what you do. But in the end, every customer will remember how you made them feel. We were into the discovery phase. The discovery was done for a piece of act. And during the implementation phase, we realized, oh damn, we've done the discovery, but the implementation part has not been sold to the customer. They don't know. But in the minds of the customer, they were expecting it. That yes, that's a birthright. You've done the discovery. You have to give these solutions to us. You have to implement everything. Oh, that was a bizarre situation. Being a good consultant, what we did was, we definitely empathized with the customer. And it was, trust me, a bizarre situation to handle. But what we did was, we identified the least important functionalities for the MVP of the client, which were not adding much value to it. We prepared a full big catalog with a lot of options to trade off with the customer that these functionalities are not very useful to you, but let's trade it off. Instead of being angry, the customer was very pleased that, okay, initially he wasn't getting anything, but at least now he's getting what he wanted. So this is how we cater to this situation. So these are small tricks that we all can adopt in our daily lifestyle, not only daily lifestyle, but at work, definitely yes, and empathize with the customers. So all you have to do here is put yourself into customers' shoes, feel their pain, understand their problem, understand their challenges, and fix those challenges. So in the end, all that would matter would be customer walking out of your door with an exemplary experience. They would understand how you actually made them feel, even in such disastrous situations which could have led your project haywire. Now, talking about engagement, simplifying process and automations, while we are into requirement gathering phase, we are identifying their pains and challenges. Best what we can do is, there would be complex processes which we can simplify for them, which will actually, by actually automating them, and it will reduce their menial mundane tasks, which they do on an everyday basis, automate their processes, optimize their processes which are not working rightly for them. Now, here's a key to which we all should be mindful. Automating an efficient, optimized process will magnify the efficiency. But if we apply the automations to inefficient processes which are not optimized, that will magnify what? The inefficiencies. So we have to be mindful where to apply automation, when and in what circumstances. Now, moving ahead, I would like to hand over the session to Bhupendra. And guys, trust me, this is a very insightful session, and he'll walk you through the entire discovery phase over here.
Thank you so much, Shweta, for sharing those insights about consulting. Okay, let's go in the, let's implement what just Shweta discussed about consulting in front of our customers. Before going in front of customer to know what they're looking for, or what is their expectation out of this project, we must understand what exactly this customer is, which industry they belongs to, what exactly they are doing or similar industries are doing. So what we do before going in front of customer is a customer profiling. So what you do is understand a couple of things around that industry so that you get familiar with some of the terms, verbiage that industry is using in day by day, and you don't sound as a child in front of customer that you don't know anything about our business and you have just come across to listen to our problems because you don't know what exactly is our problems or what you are facing in this industry. So a couple of things that we can do while doing the customer profiling. One is the industry and market analysis. So industry and market analysis is when you know that this business belongs to this particular industry, then you start digging into that industry, like what are the recent trends in marketing and sales a couple of other businesses are doing that might help your customer as well if they are not aware about it, right? And some of the technologies that might have helped the other businesses to grow better. Like, just to give you an example, Salesforce offers a lot of variety of products for specific industries like health cloud, financial cloud, and there are a lot of app exchange products as well which are specific to industries. So maybe something related to that can help some other business is using in the same industry, but can help your business as well. Next, what we do is understanding the business model. So there are a lot of official documents that companies do publish, so that can give you an understanding of what exactly is their business, how they are actually making revenue, how much they are making revenue in past couple of years, how things are going within the industry. So that might help us to understand their business model. Products and services, this is a very important point to understand because when you are in front of customer to discuss those, their challenges, their requirements, they will use a lot these products and services because they are moving their business around these things, right? So this is very important that you understand high level things of what exactly their products and services are. If there are any products or services which are specific to their segment of customers, maybe loyalty, maybe VIPs or some other customers that they target, right? So those kind of insights we can check in products and services. The next can be identifying the targeted audience and their, the competitors. So targeted audience is, this gives you a brief background of the demographics that, the business is targeting. Maybe by the age, by gender, or by maybe let's say products specific to the locations or something else, if there are any, in terms of audience that they target. Measuring the revenue streams and understanding the growth strategy. So have you come across something like that, like someone just said that client gave us one-liner requirement, and after a lot of back and forth, we actually understood the requirement, specifically that requirement, nothing out of it, nothing inside it, just that requirement that we wanted to implement. But have you come across any situation that once you implemented it, you are showing the demo to the customer and customer is like, what is this?
So the project was of marketing, sales and service cloud. It is a combination of that, and the client was of US based healthcare firm. So what they have told to build something, and we have also built using Lightning Web Component and Marketing Cloud. But after some time, when they have showed to their stakeholders, so their stakeholders was saying that we do not want that. We have some other kind of requirement, and so their business teams have completely changed the outcome. Now then we have to put more efforts onto it, as we are the developers and we are kind of the client service provider. So we have accepted that and we have changed the things.
Yeah. Okay. So what's missing in that whole conversation is we being focused to our role, but we never understood what impact business wants to build with that particular requirement. The similar way, when we are delivering something or whenever we are taking the requirements, we should also be focused about where business see themselves in next 5 years or next 2 years, or what verticals they might build in, what streams they might grow in future, because that will help you to understand where business is seeing themselves in couple of next years or next months. That might help you to solution it better. That okay, whenever you're solutioning something as of today, you might keep things in mind that this might come up in future. So let's keep those considerations in mind and build things up, right? So that's why measuring the revenue streams and understanding their growth strategy is very important, right? In terms of business. So whenever we are going in the discovery phase, this is some sort of outcomes that you will come out of, when you are in front of customer, you have a detailed discussion for a couple of days, maybe weeks, and then you expect that something will come out of it which is productive for you, and you can start the development work and the productive work from your side, understanding everything. So before going in front of customer, We have done our analysis, but definitely that is very high level. It's not something specific to industry or specific to the business that they are doing. So that thing that business can only tell us. So what we do or what we recommend as a a general practice is just create a short document, something where you detail down all the questions, like one-liner, two-liner, or three-line questions, which might help you, which customer can respond to you, and you can understand there are a lot of as-is processes, like what they are doing as of today in their business. Maybe what system they use to target their business, right? Target their customers, what database they have, what system they are using as of today to hold their database, right? Sort of and maybe what custom marketing strategies they are using, like in terms of newsletters or transaction messages. Are there some integrations that are in place, right? Sort of high level conversation, or maybe just the topics that you want to understand, and that you can continue in your discovery sessions as well. That you are not coming from a zero level, because you don't have to question your business, those one-liner questions in the discovery sessions. You have a little bit background about it, and now when you are in front of customer, you can start the thread from there itself. So that's about detailed questionnaire and assessment of client's need. So this is definitely one of the biggest thing that you do in the discovery phase, because you're going to understand what customer is expecting out of this whole project, which they have paid for. And definitely, while sharing the requirement, they will not be empathized with you. They will share everything that we want this, because definitely at that discussion, they won't have the SOW signed copy in their hand, and they will list it, okay, this is not there, this is there. So you need to have a framework around it, that how to take the requirements. So for the same thing, we have a process, or we have a framework which a lot of business use, is called Moscow. So under this process, what you're going to do is understand the cycle of communications that customer is doing. That also helps you to know where the customer is lacking, maybe if they are, right, and what things are going good for them. Maybe some campaigns which are really attractive to customers, right, which you can get insights from. So that can be taken care under this, while you are understanding those cycle of communications, right. Moving on to the next is, as we discussed, that we're going to have a detailed discussion about Moscow. So Moscow is a framework which helps identify the requirement and prioritize them. So it's very important that when customer is giving you the requirements, you also prioritize it, because if you don't, you're going to end up on having a list of requirements which you have to deliver. And this is also something that customer will sign off with you, that okay, this is going to be good, and we need these sort of requirements in these phases. Okay, this helps a lot. So what Moscow does is, it stands for must have, should have, could have, and would have. So must have is, as the name suggests, is something that is needed by the business, and it is very critical that we deliver it in the very first phase, or maybe whenever things are going live, right? So that's your must have. That should come out as a product from your project, right? That's must have. Should have is definitely client has signed up for this, but it's not that critical, but since it is signed off, you have to deliver it. So that goes under should have. And if you scale the percentage of requirements that goes in must have and should have, is 50% of the requirements, total requirements that customer shares, goes in must have, 25% goes in should have. The next comes is could have. So this is a good to have. If you have time after your project is completed, or in the ending phase, and you have time, you can pick up some of the other requirements. That goes in under could have phase. And would have. This was never signed off. So this gives you a very better way to tell your customer that this is a would have, not out of scope, or not this you haven't signed off for. This is just would have, that is good to have, but you haven't signed it for. Right? So this is a different phrase that you can use, might help your customers to take it easy. So they haven't signed up for this, but if additional scope comes in and business thinks that this is something that they need, definitely it can be considered as a another phase requirement or something else. Right? So this is a Moscow chart that helps us to categorize those requirements. We list down all those requirements, paste it under all these sections where it falls, considering business inputs, and from there we take it up. So me and Shweta is going to have a normal conversation between a consultant and a customer. I'll be the consultant, she'll be the customer. What you have to focus about after this discussion is what business is, what they're doing as of today, what their pain points are, and how they are functioning. Like a high level overview we'll try to give you more. After that, we will give you 2 minutes if you want to ask some questions to Shweta that about just to understand the business a little bit more. Maybe we might not do justice in 5 minutes to give you the detail about the entire business Shweta is doing. So you might have a couple of minutes to ask Shweta some of the questions. And then what we will expect out of you is write some requirements that might help Shweta to grow better. Maybe after understanding the business model and the challenges and things, you write the requirements that, okay, these are the requirements, and consider yourself as customers. So being a customer, what requirement would you like to give, right, to your consultants? At the end of it, we'll collect all your requirements and we will place it in Moscow, that how it follows, in which category it should be placed. Is it must have, is it should have, is it could have, or is it a would have requirement? Okay, let's start then.
Sure.
So, Shweta, can you give us a little bit background about your business? What is it, industry, or maybe where it belongs?
Basically, we are into an entertainment industry. We have a theme park where we sell the tickets online through web apps, registrations in park registrations as well. But the main challenge that right now that we are facing is customer engagement, and I think we do not have good marketing strategy as of now.
So before going in the discussion of advising you something about it,
Yep.
I would like to understand a little bit more details about that. So what exactly goes in, like what segment of audience you're targeting the most? Is it B2B or B2C?
So 75% of our revenue stream is generated by B2C audience.
Okay.
And majorly the tickets are sold online, and this is how we are generating our revenue as of now into this business.
Okay, and what systems do you use to tap on those B2C customers?
We have social media forms, we have app registrations,
Okay.
we have newsletters, and we have online ticketing systems as well to tap these customers.
Nice, that's a lot of systems that you can use and leverage to get the details from your customers. So where do you hold this data? Like there are a lot of systems, a lot of data, where it is
Oh,
holded?
trust me, there are multiple of systems where we are holding this data.
Okay.
So data from the newsletters and apps, they are coming into our CMS. There is another set of data through online registrations or any kind of newsletters, which is coming into CMS. And we have our own ticketing systems where we are tapping all the tickets which are sold online. We are maintaining it into our own ticketing system.
I think when your data is scattered in between systems, you're not having a unified view of the system customers.
Absolutely.
That you can know that this customer purchased this, or maybe the preference of the customer is this. That might lead to a lot of situations. Maybe we are not able to target them with the right content.
Absolutely
Maybe we are not
correct.
respecting their preferences that they want to listen about. Right, so those kind of situations might irritate the customers, and they're not,
Yeah, that's right.
loyal to the brand. Okay.
Very insightful.
So this is one of the conversation that happened. Now, you have a couple of minutes just to analyze it and ask Shweta if there are some other questions that you would like to ask before giving your requirements. Please go ahead, Anu.
Are you only considering people coming to your theme parks as a services, only them as a customer, or those people who are also participating within the theme park, but not as an immediate customer to you from a selling perspective, but they use that as an avenue to sell their services also? Are you considering them also as your dedicated customer or not?
Absolutely, Anup. We are considering them as well as our customers. So one way is people are visiting our theme parks. They are definitely the in-park way. We are targeting those customers as well. But our tickets are also sold to different customers. Those consumers might not immediately come to visit our theme park. So even those people have to be targeted. We have to take into account of those B2B customers as well.
So is it safe to say that you have a segmented customers also within that B2C realm of things?
Absolutely, absolutely.
What are the different offers are you willing to provide to engage your customers? Is it something like, are you dependent on the technology to find out like what's the engagement, how can we increase, or are there some offers or strategies in your mind to increase your business?
So as of now, we've not tapped into any kind of offers, but what we do is we have our guest experience team as well into our theme parks, where any kind of inefficiency or any kind of service which is not catered to properly, immediate resolutions are provided there. So as of now, I think this is a very good suggestion, and this is what we are looking forward to have good offers, good strategies through which we can have a big vision towards achieving successful business.
Okay, and what about the data management system technology which you are using? Are you thinking to shift your technology to store all the data in one place, or are you still?
If I get a unified view of the entire data, right now the data is scattered, as I told, into multiple systems. If we get a unified view of data, that would actually solve my problem. That would be great to have.
Are you able open to change these which are you using, and are you open to open to a new marketing new channels of marketing?
I'm absolutely open to all kinds of new marketing channels or strategies till they give good they can generate good revenue for me. Yes, new technologies as well. I'm currently very happy to adopt if I get a unified view of my scattered data. So we are not able to capture the preferential data from the customer. We are not able to provide them personalized services, what kind of personalized marketing should be done for a focused group or targets a set of audience. It's like currently one size fits all kind of a strategy that we are following as of now. So I think I want to solve this as well, so that I can tap different sections of the groups and help generate more and more revenue.
You are not able to segment your audience?
No.
I hope you must have written some of the requirements on your chits that were just shared with you. So can we start collecting that, if it's ready? Okay, what's the piece? This is the one, right? As there are a lot of systems, there are multiple duplicate records, so it would be great if we can have a unified profile. Yes, this is something that business needs, so let's consider this as a must-have.
Must-have.
Okay, there is one more. To capture the preferences, we don't have any strategy as of now. That's why we are not able to identify the targeted audience or specify the campaigns. I think it's more towards the data and unified profile and how we are approaching the customers. So I consider this as a must-have because this is the business requirement as well. Thank you. Unified view, optimized way of engaging customer. Which one? Oh, what's this? Sorry. Which are old and well. Okay. KPI focus and reports.
Yeah.
So
This one is a must-have.
this one is a must-have.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Thank you. Automation of marketing and lead generation using AI. That's a big word.
Yeah, I can leverage this, but lead generation is something definitely we are looking forward to. But then with AI, yes, I think it should have then.
Okay, so that's
With
a point.
AI. Yeah.
That's a point where you have to understand why this and where should this go. Lead generation can be done a lot of processes. Using AI, is system ready as of today?
Yeah.
That they can use AI. Their data is not in one system. Yet they don't have a unified view. There's a lot of glitch in the existing system. So will AI help? I don't think. So I think this will be very helpful once you have the system of the foundation and the systems ready. Once you have it, this can be a very helpful product in the system when we add it. So considering there was no discussion of AI between the requirement sharing, so I don't think business has signed it for. Okay.
This is a good to have feature. We can put
I
it
think
in
it should be a would have.
Would have.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we have one more requirement, that's marketing lead conversion, unified profile, segmenting customers, personalization marketing, and new marketing channels. Okay, there are a couple of them. I think majority of them are making it as a must-have. But there is one point of new marketing channels. So either we are missing on something, that we are not targeting our B2C audience on some of the channels, maybe on some of the social media channels that we can add. But is it a must-have? It can be could have.
It can be a could have.
It can be a could have, right? But apart from that, all the challenges like we just discussed, marketing, lead conversions, unified profile, segmenting customers, and personalized marketing. So these all falls under the must-have requirement. But I think the new marketing channel can fall under could have.
So we can put it at the borderline.
Okay. Okay, I have one. Unified storage, capability to build and send newsletters to the clients. System should be able to send and track emails, communication, marketing strategy, personalized communications for clients. I think these are more towards what we just discussed in must-have. So this will go here. Implement POS better and increase sales for. Thank you. And increase sales for current. Sorry, I'm not able to get this. Customer
engagement?
And increase customer engagement, you're saying. Implement POS better. So POS, you mean the POS machines that are offline machines, or what is it? Point of sales machines. Okay, point of sales machines, right? So I think it's a theme park, so they might not be using, are you using POS machines?
No, as of now.
Or maybe if not. So if they're not using, let's say even if they implement that and plan to be in future, how will that help for the customer engagement? So I think if we are planning to implement the POS machines, which are not as of now there today, so it can go in, would have?
Yeah, absolutely would have.
Okay. Tracking leads where it is coming mostly and improve more that platform. Okay, and store it in the scattered data in one place. Yeah, I think this is again unified profile.
Yeah.
So this goes here. Customer 360 view with data cloud and capture customer engagement for conversions. Am I reading it correctly? Okay. So customer 360 view with data cloud. So this is again something that we should have, but is our client having that license? Let's assume it is having that. That's why we are focused on having that 360 view. And if it is having it, this should go in a must-have requirement. Okay. While purchasing the tickets, there is a delay of sending communication emails. We want to make it much real time. Yeah, this is something, seems like a lot of business, you might have also seen that they are facing this. So this is something related to the triggered communications. So whenever you buy a ticket, you should get the instant notification, maybe on application, maybe on emails, right? The receipt or whatever you have purchased as an order confirmation. So this is, I think we should call it as a must-have. Loyalty programs for coupons for loyalty customers, yes. This is something really interesting because you should have a program or a separate concept for loyalty customers, because that helps them also to feel a little bit different with your brand, and who doesn't like offers and promotions and other things. So definitely it should be a must-have. Are we good? So what do we as an outcome, what do we look from this exercise? You never stopped your customer to speak their heart. They were all free to share all the requirements that they wanted to. But now you have a tool that can tell them that, okay, this is something that you all expect, but this is something that we can do. This is something that we can or we will do on certain conditions, right? So that as a consultant, you never stopped them to pitch in their requirements. You understood them, what's important, what's not important. And since one by one, when the requirements were coming in, we were also having a view of how their systems are in positioned as of today. So we can understand which can be fulfilled, which cannot be fulfilled, which expectation is realistic, which can be realistic, but after some time, right? So that expectation is also managed using this program. So I think that was about Moscow. Any questions or anything related to the the entire presentation? Everyone for joining us, and hope this was an insightful session for you all. Thank you.